They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images.
It seems that 50 Cent's much-anticipated documentary about Dirty might be released sooner than expected, as he just publicly humiliated Dirty following his recent arrest on serious charges, including human trafficking. Dirty is currently facing life imprisonment on these charges, with a minimum of 15 years for trafficking and at least 10 years for smuggling victims from third-world countries into the U.S. And who's enjoying every moment of this scandal unfolding? None other than 50 Cent. Not only did he mock Dirty for his predicament, but he also threatened to release additional damning evidence that could make the case much worse for him. For months, 50 Cent has been working closely with Dirty's victims, recording their testimonies for his upcoming documentary. He has hinted that he might release this evidence even before the documentary airs to assist the authorities in their investigation. For those who may not be up to speed on Dirty's case, he was arrested on Monday at a hotel in New York. His indictment, which was released shortly after his arrest, accuses him of forcing victims, whom he had flown in from third-world countries, to engage in group sexual activities with his associates, whom he referred to as freakos sometimes for days at a time. Dirty recorded these encounters and allegedly abused his victims during these sessions. The victims were so physically drained from the abuse
and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs. More than 1,000 bottles altogether.
That they often needed IV fluids to recover. The investigation also revealed that Dirty did not act alone. In fact, an entire network of high-profile individuals, including celebrities and politicians, were involved in exploiting these victims. Many of the victims were lured to the U.S. under the false promise of low-wage jobs to support their families, only to be forced into these horrific activities. The indictment further states that Dirty ran a criminal enterprise that utilized his business empire's resources to facilitate forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Dirty allegedly orchestrated these freak-offs, while distributing controlled substances to his victims to keep them submissive. You might recall the raid on Dirty's properties a few months ago, which resulted in the arrest of his sons, Justin and Christian. During that raid, authorities...
The indictment alleges that Combs exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics.
He's reportedly uncovered tapes of the freak-off sessions, along with over 1,000 bottles of lubricants and several firearms, including 3 AR-15 rifles. The authorities were reportedly stunned by the level of detail and planning that Diddy and his team put into these operations. Remember, these are law enforcement officers who investigate cases like this regularly, so for them to be shocked speaks volumes. They mentioned that not only did Dirty's supervisors, security personnel, hotel staff, and assistants stock up on lubricant, but they also arranged for baby oil, extra linens, specialized lighting, and booked hotel rooms and travel arrangements. As I mentioned earlier, 50 Cent is reveling in Diddy's downfall and plans to escalate the situation by releasing his documentary on Dirty. In fact, after this news broke, 50 Cent mocked Dirty by referencing the stash of 1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil found in Diddy's home. He posted a photo of himself with Drew Barrymore, captioning it, "Here I am keeping good company with Drew Barrymore, and I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube in my house." If you've been following 50 Cent, you'll know he's been going after Diddy long before Cassie's lawsuit. One of the reasons 50 has made it his mission to expose Dirty is that he claims Diddy once tried to lure him into the freak-off world by offering an all-expenses-paid shopping spree. When Cassie filed her lawsuit, 50 took his jabs to another level, relentlessly mocking Diddy and even investing his own money to produce a documentary exposing Dirty and his alleged accomplice, Jay-Z. As soon as Cassie's lawsuit hit the news, 50 Cent was among the first to publicly support her. After Diddy quickly settled with Cassie within 24 hours, 50 commented, "He paid that money real quick, should have done that before the sharks saw the blood in the water." Now, here they come in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal.
1. Every woman he's laid hands on. Shortly after, 50 announced he was creating a documentary about Dirty, aiming to reveal all the wrongdoings and give a voice to the countless victims whose lives and bodies Diddy had violated. He posted an article about his documentary plans, captioning it, "I thought Dirty was a billionaire music mogul. If he's smart, he'll file for bankruptcy. Anyone with real money knows why I'm saying this. I'm the best producer for the job. Get ready for the receipts." But that's not all. 50 then revealed that the documentary would also expose Jay-Z, Diddy's close friend. Right after news broke of the federal raid on Diddy's home, 50 posted the official documentary poster alongside a photo of Jay-Z on a milk carton, captioning it, "Anybody seen Jay? LOL, Puff said he's not answering his phone." He followed up with another post of Jay-Z, this time captioning, "Here's Jay-Z, last seen waving at Puffy's jet, LOL." As if that wasn't enough, 50 kept the pettiness going by posting an unflattering photo of Jay-Z with the caption, "Jay's in hibernation. He ain't coming outside until this Puff situation blows over. No brunch, no lunch, no dinner, LOLL. I'm all you got. I'm outside, Jay." 50 is not letting up on Diddy or his circle, and he's determined to keep exposing them until they face justice. Speaking of justice, Diddy reportedly tried to buy his way out of jail with a $50 million bail bond and by offering his...
In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more
his Miami properties, including his mother's, as collateral. However, the judge wasn't having it, and Diddy will remain behind bars until his trial begins. Despite having already been found guilty on several charges, Diddy had the audacity to plead not guilty. With the possibility of facing up to 100 years in prison if convicted, it's likely that jail will be his home for the rest of his life. Meanwhile, his shameless lawyers are still fighting a battle that's already been lost. You simply can't make this up. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is thriving on the chaos, gleefully watching as Diddy's empire crumbles. Not one to hold back, 50's been relentlessly teasing Diddy, and his upcoming documentary seems poised to blow the lid off this entire scandal. In one of his infamous posts, 50 took a jab at the discovery of the 1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil found at...
The Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get stout. Then he was like, yo, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we could just hang out. We gotta kick it.
This is
Puff.
Okay.
He telling me we gotta kick it and shit. He was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping or some shit? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this just say?
I asked 50 about that, and he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy.
Yo, why are you and Fifth just...
Hey, yo.
Why y'all not...
Hey, yo, I don't have no beef with
I don't know why.
With Fifth. He loves me.
Diddy's mansion, humorously saying, "I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube in my house," alongside a picture with actress Drew Barrymore. It's clear that 50 is using every opportunity to fuel the flames, taking joy in Diddy's public humiliation. 50 Cent's feud with Diddy goes way back, even predating the shocking Cassie lawsuit. 50 has made it known that he holds a personal vendetta against Diddy, largely because, according to 50, Diddy once tried to rope him into his twisted freak-off activities by offering an extravagant shopping spree. Diddy's underhanded advances seem to spark a fire in 50, who has since dedicated himself to tearing down Diddy's image. When Cassie came forward with her lawsuit, 50 didn't waste any time in dragging Diddy.
That changes anyone's mind about anything. He's been looking forward to this day. He's been looking forward to clearing his name, and he's going to clear his name. And we're going to stand by his side as he does. We believe in him wholeheartedly. He didn't do these things. This was a 10-year relationship. There's no coercion.
After Diddy quickly settled with her, 50 mocked him online, writing he paid that money real quick. Should have done it sooner before everyone else came after him. The post alluded to the fact that more victims might come forward, given the high-profile nature of the case. As the story unfolded, 50 ramped up his pettiness, using social media as his battleground to further expose Diddy's wrongdoings. Shortly after Cassie's lawsuit was settled, 50 announced his documentary on Diddy, saying that he would not only expose Diddy but also reveal the full extent of his crimes and the many victims who have been too afraid to speak out. He's pledged to give these victims a platform, stating that the documentary will uncover the truth behind the public persona Diddy has built over the years. "I'm the best producer for this job," 50 confidently stated, implying that no one else could expose Dirty in the way he plans to. But it doesn't stop at Diddy. 50 is pulling no punches, claiming that Jay-Z, Diddy's longtime associate, is also complicit in the scandal. He even posted a mock missing person photo of Jay-Z on a milk carton, joking that Jay-Z had gone in.
No crime. There's basically just, someone who brought a civil case and now is finding themselves as a witness in a criminal case. And we're going to fight this case with everything we have, as is he. And eventually he's going to be shown to be innocent. And so tomorrow we fight again. And we'll fight every day.
Hiding to avoid the fallout from the investigation. He continued to troll Jay with more posts, even suggesting that Jay-Z was in hibernation until the situation blows over. The playful digs are a reminder that 50 isn't just focused on Diddy, but is willing to take down anyone connected to him. 50 Cent is relentless, and he's made it clear that he won't stop until both Diddy and his associates are held accountable. He's been one of the loudest voices calling for justice, continuously taunting Diddy with every new development in the case. While Diddy is scrambling to avoid prison, even offering a $50 million bail bond and his Miami properties, the judge firmly denied his request. Diddy, who was already found guilty of numerous crimes, now faces up to 100 years behind bars, and the odds of him avoiding a lengthy sentence seem slim. To make matters worse, Diddy's legal team continues to fight a losing battle, despite the mountain of evidence against him. His attempt to plead not guilty, even after his long history of shady dealings, is viewed by many as a last-ditch effort to salvage what's left of his reputation. But with the possibility of spending the rest of his life in prison looming over him, Diddy's future looks bleak. In the meantime, 50 Cent shows no sign of letting up. He's become the unofficial spokesperson for Diddy's victims, and his documentary promises to shine a harsh light on the deeply disturbing activities that Diddy and his associates have been involved in for years. As more details of the case emerge, it's clear that 50 Cent is committed to ensuring that the full story is told and that justice is finally served. It's a mess, why all? I genuinely feel bad for his twins and the little girl he recently had. Sadly, this is the kind of legacy Dirty has left for them. His actions are beyond disgraceful. As usual, people have been sharing their thoughts, like one person who pointed out he put up $50 million for bail and the judge still denied it. This man is in serious trouble. Who gets denied $50 million bail? Now, I want to hear from you. What do I all think about 50 Cent exposing Dirty? Do you think this could really be the end for him? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.